It's time for the Greg Hollinden Show. Learn each week what's going on in Tell City Marksman basketball. Brought to you by the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Millie Brosper Communications.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
And welcome to this week's Greg Hollinden Show. And Coach, last week you went to Mount Vernon and you played at home against Springs Valley. Why don't you recap those games for us?
Yeah, so back to the double weekends. We were able to go to Mount Vernon on Friday. It had been, none of our kids had ever actually been there, and I remember playing there, back in the day. It's a cool old gym, so it was a cool spot to go. Kids were a little excited about that, and they were a little bit more loose than normal, in a good way, though. We were able to see some good stuff offensively. Final score was 70-41, but it was more, we put in our JV guys there at the end and kind of deal. We played right. I mean, we were down 12-14 in the third. Just kind of hanging with them, and it was a great game. We played better. We were a little bit more confident on offense, like taking it to them, and obviously the defense is still the struggle, but it was a good little step forward for us there, especially on the road. I couldn't tell you if we didn't really ever play decently well on the road, so it was good to see then. And then we carried that over to Saturday. I had a barn burner there, and here we were up the whole game against Springs Valley. And then we just ran into foul trouble early on. We had 3 starters foul out with, 6 minutes to go in the game. And so it was too much time. They were able to make a run. Edwards got absolutely hot. He had 20 in the fourth for him. He could not miss. And we had a lot of inexperienced players out there that just trying to make it happen. And so fouls and turnovers kind of lost that for us, but it was a monster step forward. Showing our guys that we not only should be competing, but we should be winning some of these games, and we shouldn't have this kind of season that we're having. And we're gonna grow from that and kind of finish the season strong. That's our main goal right now: finish the season strong, feel good going into the summer, and be ready to build off that. So we've got another one coming up this week, and we're excited to get back out there.
Yeah, I watched the first half of the Springs Valley game, and it looked like you guys were in tune that, but I didn't realize that you had people foul out. So yeah. I didn't realize that.
No, yeah, just had both of our forwards fouled out early in the fourth, and then Eric Collins, our other guard who we started that game, fouled out. One of our better on-ball defenders, but we did some great things, and it just got negated by not smart things, and so we're looking to fine tune that, and we're a young team. We got to take that as a learning experience. That's what we talked about on Monday when we came in, and we got to take those positives and focus on those. When it's so easy to focus on those negatives, you can't do that. So.
And you're listening to the Greg Hollinden Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Millie Brosper Communications. We'll be back right after these messages.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and...
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
At At MAD, we believe in zero. Zero fathers who aren't there for bedtime. Zero mothers who miss the first day of school. Zero children who never come home. We believe in zero victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to zero. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in zero.
Welcome back to the Greg Hollinden Show, and we're joined by Brian Taylor. He's the JV coach at Tell City High School. Brian, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
And, Coach, you didn't just become JV coach yesterday, so what's some of the experience you've had to build up to JV coach?
Well, this is I think it's my 7th season as JV coach. My first year was Coach Lynch's first year, and then he was here for 5 seasons. Coach Brown was here for 1, and this is Greg's first year. But when I graduated from IU, I came back, and Coach Hayes was our varsity coach then, and one of the first phone calls I made was to him asking how I could help, and I ended up coaching 5th grade, and then I did 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, all the way up. And then when Coach Lynch came into town, he asked me to step up and do the JV job, and I've been there ever since.
And I know the varsity is very young, so I'm sure the JV is just as young. And how's JV doing this season?
It's definitely been a long season. We're still looking for that first win. We've had a couple close games. Crawford County was a pretty close game, and it's been a long season. But we maybe jumping ahead a little bit, but like you said, our roster is pretty young. So we have a lot of freshmen and some guys that would probably on a traditional team be playing C-team basketball. So they're getting some good experience, but they're probably playing above their ability level at this point. Hopefully that pays off in the future, though.
Yeah, I told Coach Hollinden, just for watching some of the video of their games, you can just tell that the varsity is young. Just he wouldn't even have to tell me. Just looking at their maturity level, just the body maturity level, you can tell that they're a young team.
Oh, very, yeah. Yeah, we have 19 kids on the roster. One of them's a senior and 2 juniors, and the rest are all freshmen and sophomores.
Now, on the JV team, who are some of the players we might hear from in the future?
I think that in a couple years, there'll be any of those kids at this point, I think, can develop into that role. We have some kids coming off the bench now who are starting to show some things in practice as well. We haven't really had the same starting lineup all season either, but we have Drew Schroeder. Both of his parents are from Tell City and were athletes. So he comes from an athletic family. His sister as well. I think he could continue to work. Owen James is another one. He's a little bit taller kid. Hopefully he can learn to get a little more comfortable inside with some of his size, but he does have a nice outside shot as well. There's a kid named Dylan Reidner who he's just a workhorse. We can depend on him every practice to bring it. So there's some talent coming up. It's raw, but there is some talent there.
The varsity this season is a very young team. What do you see as their prospects for the rest of the season and beyond?
At this point in this season, we're still looking to get that first win. So hopefully we can work towards that. This past weekend, we kind of had a heartbreaker against Springs Valley where we got in some foul trouble and that hurt us in the long run. But we're definitely making a lot of progress. If you went back and looked at our first game versus now, it's a completely different team. As far as where they can go in the future, I think next year we'll definitely be able to build on what we've started as far as the mentality and kind of trying to get that turned around. And then in a couple of years, when those guys who are now sophomores or seniors and the freshmen are now juniors, they should have a lot of minutes underneath them. And, like I said, hopefully that'll pay off in the long run and make a little bit of noise by then.
And as I've told Coach Hollinden, some people might see Tell City this year and think, "Oh, great, that's a good deal. We're playing them this week." But next year and the year after, people probably aren't going to be looking at Tell City thinking, "Oh, great, they're coming up." So I think with all the experience that these kids are getting, as young as they are, I think it's going to pay dividends in the future.
Yeah, we always kind of joke that when I first started coaching, that first group of kids who are well beyond where we are right now. I'm not trying to suggest that they're equal in that way, but it's the team that ended up winning the sectional in 2019. When they were sophomores, everywhere we went was a homecoming night, because they were ready to show up and get the quote-unquote guaranteed win. And in the next year or two, that wasn't the case. So hopefully we can kind of right that ship in the same way.
Well, Coach, good luck the rest of the season.
All right, thank you.
And you've been listening to the Greg Hollinden Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Rosenberg Communications. We'll be back right after this.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
It's time for the Greg Hollinden Show. Learn each week what's going on in Tell City Marketing basketball. Brought to you by the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Rosenberg Communications. And welcome back to the Greg Hollinden Show. Coach, I'll tell you what, talking to people like Greg Taylor, you realize that the future is going to be very bright for the Tell City Marksmen.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, even at Brian's level there on our JV, we're optimistic about a lot of those young guys coming up, and we're playing a lot of freshmen on JV, and they're competing. They're making shots. They're getting those game situations, which is what we want to see. And we're also optimistic about 8th and 7th grade coming up as well. So Brian's optimistic about the years to come on his level, but in return, that's making me optimistic about the guys who are going to come up behind our young team right now. It's not going to be we found out Saturday. We need a 7th, 8th, 9th guy. We need that for those situations, for those games. If we had something like that, maybe the outcome would have been different on Saturday. So we're excited about the future with those young guys, and even the younger guys that aren't with us right now.
Yeah, and just talking to him, I realized after I started talking to him, you already play a lot of young guys, so he has to be playing a very young team too as well.
Exactly. Yeah, it's almost like a chain effect. If I'm young, he's even younger. And we've seen some great things out of those guys, and we feel like they're all growing together, which is good.
And Thursday night, you'll be taking on Cannleton at Cannleton. Yep. Why don't you preview that game for us?
We're going to be going to Cannleton on Thursday. Not playing the weekend this weekend because of girls sectional, so we're excited to go support them on Friday night. But Thursday we're going to Cannleton, long drive, about 6 minutes on a bus real quick. And, no JV game, just varsity. So we're going to go there and we're going to be ready from the start. We've had some snow and ice here this week, so that's thrown a little wrench into practice and different things. We're hoping to practice today, the day we're recording here on Wednesday, but haven't gotten the word yet. But we're going to be prepared. We know what they want to do. They run a 3-2 zone, which we haven't really seen a lot of, but that's also the defense that we ran last year with Coach Brown. So we've got a little familiarity with it. We've got some different sets and some different things, and we've got some basic sets that we think we're going to get some easy baskets on. The biggest thing we stressed on Monday, we'll stress it again today, is, they want us to throw the ball around and shoot a three. We've got to want to penetrate and get those easy buckets. But we're going to come in ready to go. They have more wins than us, and so we're the underdog on the paper. I tell them that every time. Like, if they have more wins than us, they're favorites. That's how I'm looking at it, and that's how our kids are going to look at it. And we're going to go right from the tip. We're going to have everybody available. We're going to be ready back. Riley's back, coming off the bench. He's going to be ready, so it's going to have some depth there. And we're going to just go all out on that game. And we're really hoping that we can pick up our first win. But we're not going to assume anything. We're ready to rock. We're ready to go all out.
And as you said, this week is girls sectional week, and we'd like to wish Coach Lane and the Lady Marksmen good luck.
Definitely good luck on that. They got a good opponent. They'll find out tonight who they play, but they're at a great advantage getting the bye first week on Friday, and they're going to be ready to play. I know Doug's been working hard with them, and those girls have been working hard, so we're excited to watch them. We're going to go support on Friday.
Well, Coach, good luck this week against Cannleton.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And you've been listening to the Greg Hollinden Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Grocery Communications. We'll see you next week.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
At MAD, we believe in zero. Zero fathers who aren't there for bedtime. Zero mothers who miss the first day of school. Zero children who never come home. We believe in zero victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to zero. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in zero.